Hey guys, ClintDar.com, and of course the House of Biceps. Alright guys, I'm at the House of Biceps. Had a question that came in actually a couple of weeks ago. I found it very, very interesting. Someone asked, Clint, what recovery tools do you use the most? Well, I did find this to be a very, very interesting question because I use a lot of different recovery tools, and it got me thinking about not just the ones that I love, but the ones that I use the most often, because there is a really, really big difference. And there's a reason for that. I mean, I've used a really expensive Tim Tam, liked it a whole lot. I use a car buffer. Keep my car buffer at home. I use it quite a bit. The problem with both of those is they both make a lot of noise. And I'm always dealing with children and wives that are asleep. I've got to be careful how much noise that I make. And of course, with both the Tim Tam and the car buffer, as soon as I turn one of those on, it makes a lot of noise. It gets the attention of my children. They run over and they want me to take the car buffer and rub it all over their belly and tickle them and over their traps and everything else and make them laugh and giggle, which is a lot of fun. But if I've got them quiet somewhere, I kind of want them to stay quiet. I do have all kinds of rolling sticks and curve sticks and jib jabs and twizz knobs and things like that. I do have voodoo floss that I use quite a bit. I also use knee wraps. I've got some awesome voodoo floss at home that has little metal teeth in it, which is absolutely great for strong men once you've got your rebands on, once you've got your knee sleeves on. You know, power lifters that already have their gear on, they need something a little bit extra grip, some kind of bite to hold on. It's really not bad. Once again, I can't use it that often at home, and I don't use it that often at home. Kids love this stuff. So the three things that I use the most often for recovery: AccuMobility balls, Easton Machines, and foam rollers. I have a pair of these AccuMobility balls, and these things are really, really neat. You know, it's basically a rubber ball with a flat surface on the end. This thing doesn't stick. I keep them with me all the time. I fly with them. They're not heavy, but they're not light either. They stick to each other. It's really nice because we have concrete floors everywhere. We don't have carpet and things like you would normally see in the States. Everything here is concrete, tile, ceramic, granite, that sort of thing on the floors. So a regular ball is just going to slip and slide and roll out of place. This sticks. It sticks to wherever you want it. You put it against the wall, and you can lean against it and roll up and down. And a big thing for the married guys, if you've ever used like a tennis ball or a softball or a lacrosse ball against the wall in your house, it's going to leave a nice mark on that wall. This doesn't. I've tried it. But don't trust me. But I've tried it and it did not, and that's absolutely huge. I use these in my car under my hamstrings. I sit on these on my hamstrings quite a bit when I'm working long hours. When I'm laying in the floor playing with my kids, I will put these on the floor, lay on them. It's absolutely wonderful behind the neck, upper traps, all throughout the back, on the lats, anywhere around the pelvis, the hips. It's absolutely fantastic. They're lightweight, they go in a bag, they don't make any noise. My kids and dogs do love these. My dog has played with these everywhere and there are no teeth marks. So that's a biggie. Now, Easton Machines. I've got two of these and actually I've got three Easton Machines. One is a giant box, professional grade type thing. It's about 15 to 20 years old, given to me by a friend. I don't use it anymore. It works on American electricity. We don't have an American electricity over here. I picked this up. It's close to 10 years old. I've changed the batteries, I think, twice. It uses two or three AAA batteries. It's got a bunch of settings on it. My opinion, most of them do the exact same thing. I've got 4 pads. You just stick them on the areas of whatever hurts, basically. I know people. I know. There are professional ways to use these things, and there are people making a lot of money by sticking these things on you professionally and charging you lots of money. But basically, you just stick this on or around the areas that hurt. Look for sore spots, anything that needs to recover. It's a little tiny, little electric type thing going on here. Makes the muscle vibrate, jump, that sort of thing. It's got settings on here that's supposed to make muscle grow, supposed to keep muscle from wasting, and it's supposed to provide a massage that kind of keeps pain away. Pain relief and one for pain away. My opinion, that all do the same doggone thing, but they're magic. I have two. I have this one. I have a small one. I've lent to a buddy of mine, one of my training partners. This is about a fourth this size. This is small. This is hand size, fits in my pocket anyway. But the other one is about a fourth of this size, and it's USB chargeable. It's got 4 pads as well. Only has about 6 different options on what you can do on it. But I tend to like it much better. Travel with these anytime something hurts. When I'm in the car, on the airplane, I stick it on what hurts, turn it on. If I'm sitting around working, playing with my kids, watching television, I put this on my back, put it on my bicep, put it on my shoulder, a sore pec, calf, quad, hamstring, whatever it might be, and I get that soreness worked out as quickly as possible. It's easy. That's really the main thing. It's easy and it's effective. And if you ever have a buddy that passes out, falls asleep over your house, stick these suckers on him while he's asleep and crank it up as high as it'll go. It'll wake him up really fast. Actually, no, don't do that. Actually, at your own risk. And still possibly the greatest of all recovery tools is this doggone foam roller. I don't use this particular one that often. I do most of my foam rolling at home. I do have at least 3 foam rollers, or at least 3 rollers here at the gym. I've got this one, a little foam one. I've got some PVC ones in the back. And then I've got this one that a buddy sent me. This is absolutely fantastic. It's a piece of steel with bolts, nuts, welded to it. This is the real deal right here. This is, I don't know, the pinnacle of pain, but it gets out some serious kind of knots. The big thing with a roller, I know a lot of people don't like foam rolling. You know, it seems to be the trend is people coming out saying, don't foam roll. Look at me and listen to me. Don't foam roll. Shock value. But the fact is, it's really, really cheap. It's something I can do all the time on something. I can lay on the floor. I can lay on the couch. I can foam roll something. My kids love it. My dog loves it. I can spend hours just using it as a pillow on the floor, rolling on my quads. There's all kinds of stuff that I can do with this. They're short, they're long, they're different densities. I've got one that's really, really light, and it's extremely, really hard. With our floors here, again, with concrete and tile, you need something that's rubber or sticky, so that PVC doesn't really work well on our floors. It just tends to slip and slide all over the place. Maybe the greatest thing of all is I can have this here, and I can get on an airplane and fly to the other side of the world and pretty much walk into any kind of sporting goods store, any kind of store that has a sporting goods section, and I can buy another one really, really cheap. And then before I get back on the plane, I can just give it to the lady at the front desk and say, have a nice day. They're that cheap, they're that standard, and they're that worldwide. And that is really hard to beat. So the short and sweet of the 3 mobility and recovery tools that I use the most often: AccuMobility ball, Easton machine, and a foam roller. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.